If you have 2 exams on one day, this is how you're going to structure your revision. Unfortunately, double exam days are quite common in GCSEs and in A-levels. But do not worry, I'm going to tell you exactly how to prepare for them. The first thing that people get wrong is thinking that they need to allocate the same amount of revision time to each exam. You might need to, but you might not need to. For example, this year we see GCSE Chemistry and GCSE PE on the same day. Which one of these exams do you think will require more revision? For me, it would be chemistry because A, I needed a good grade in that subject, B, I found it much harder, and C, I needed it for my sixth form option. You need to prioritise. I'm not saying completely neglect the other subject, but understand you might not need to spend as long revising it. This also depends on how much you've been revising each subject up until that point. So it might be a completely different story if I'd been revising chemistry most days, but I hadn't looked at any PE content for months. Secondly, understand that you will have to spend more time revising than you would have if you'd only got one subject the next day. Sorry, the lighting in here is really annoying. Okay, so how do you organise it? Do you just study one subject and then take a break and then just study another subject? Or should you study a bit of one, a bit of another, a bit of one, and you know what I mean? What is the most optimal? Unfortunately for you, I can't give you that answer. This depends on how your brain works. So if you're just revising chemistry for like 3 hours and then just revising PE for 3 hours, you might get really bored. But then if you do an hour of chemistry, an hour of PE, an hour of chemistry, an hour of PE, this is probably going to be less boring, but at the same time, it requires a lot of mental effort to switch between tasks. So it depends what works for you. Some educational psychologists say that switching it up is better because it's better for your brain, you get less bored and you'll be more engaged. But other educational psychologists say that chunking is better because it requires less mental effort to switch between tasks, where chunking is just doing the same thing for a period of time and then doing the next thing after. What did I do? So for me, I did chunk my time. So what I would do, I would revise the second exam first and then the first exam second. If I had chemistry and PE, chemistry in the morning, PE in the afternoon, I would revise PE first and then I would revise chemistry after that because I knew that I would be doing chemistry first thing in the morning. Another piece of advice I would give you is to make use of the free online resources that you have. Watch a whole course review video in the morning before your chemistry exam. In the break between your exams, watch a whole course review video on the second exam you have. Study Talk is a very valuable resource. For example, I make videos on exam technique for every single GCSE and A-level that I did, so check the playlist if you want to see that. Just make use of these before the exam. And by the way, I'm going to be posting my top revision tips and tricks every single day until the end of your exam, so be sure to follow me so you don't miss out.